So just be open to doors that open up to you, and don't be so closed off that you're not accepting to new ideas, new opportunities, and things like that.
Yes, thank you so much for that. We always need to be open to new opportunities and not give up. Sometimes we may need to adjust and pivot, as I always say, but never lose sight of the dream that, God has given you. No matter what, everybody goes through tough times.
Yes. Yeah.
Everybody goes through challenging times in their businesses. That sometimes you're riding on high and sometimes you're riding on low and sometimes you're riding in the middle. But never losing sight of the vision that you were called to. This mission is so important to keep you, that I think we call it your why. That
Yes.
thing that
Why?
no matter
Yes.
what's going on, no matter what people say, no matter how discouraged you get, to know that you're going to keep doing this, is you must have a very strong why to keep you propelling forward.
Yes, I would 100% agree. 100% agree. And you might not know what your why is if you're at your beginning of your career, and that's okay, right? You might just be right out of college and this is something new for you. But just know that eventually you're going to discover your why, or you
Yes.
should be asking yourself, what is my why for why I'm doing this for my career? How am I impacting the community, or how can I better impact the community?
Yes, and it will come to you. I
Oh,
like that.
absolutely.
Don't be afraid to get started.
No,
Okay.
no, no. Take that leap of faith. It's scary, but ultimately, if you've got the opportunity to do it, it is well worth it.
Yes, absolutely. Now, what has been some of the toughest challenges that you faced in your journey? Like how did you overcome?
Honestly, and I've thought of this so many times. I was the biggest challenge to myself in overcoming myself and my negative thoughts and my negative cycles. I was the biggest hurdle. It wasn't anything else. It wasn't the workload. It wasn't anything physical. It was me just not believing in myself and saying, I can do this. I can and am worthy of greater things, and therefore I'm going to attract those things into my life. But I didn't have that confidence to begin with because it was so scary, right? To start your own business is incredibly scary. And so I would say I was my own biggest hurdle. Once I got over that and I stopped those negative thoughts and realized that I needed to reverse those thoughts to allow this positivity to come into my life, that's when beautiful things started to flow. And every time I still, we all do this, right? We revert back to those negative thoughts. But every time I do it, I always correct myself and say, nope, wait a minute. I need to go back and reframe my mind here for a positive tone, a positive outcome, to remind myself that I am worthy of this success. I am worthy of this happiness and this joy. And that's really what has made me the most successful.
I like that. You can reframe your mindset. It goes back
Absolutely.
to renewing your mind every day, because those negative thoughts, they creep up every day and you have to
Oh,
counteract, right? You have to, with positive talk to yourself. It seems like a lot of times it's so easy for us to talk positive of others, but we talk down to ourselves.
yes. Right? And we're
Yes,
our own worst critique, right? We
yes,
are harsh on ourselves versus someone else could look at us and say, you look fantastic. And then we're going to find 20 things that are wrong with us.
yes. So we
Mhm.
have to focus on our worthiness and building that up in our value, because
Yeah.